Hello fans, welcome to another edition of St. Louis Wrestling on YouTube, as well as being simulcast on Wild World of Wrestling, the very last episode, channel 981. Hello, I'm Ben Simon alongside Herb Simmons, the one and only Herb Simmons, Wild World of Wrestling mainstay, and for the first time ever on HD Wrestling on YouTube. Here we have an historic match locking up old school versus new school. Johnny Courageous defending the title against Ace Hawkins. There's been an influx of new wrestlers, Herb Simmons, recently, and Ace Hawkins is just looking to break through and capture his first title here in the MMWA.
Oh, without a doubt, and this Ace Hawkins is one of those young men that are working his way up the ranks. Right here, as you watch the challenger, Ace Hawkins, try to get the advantage of the champion, Johnny Courageous, but Johnny has been around a long time. So as you heard Ben Simon say, old school, new school, and right here we're going to see what pans out. Ace Hawkins trying to reverse it, and he does. Comes up with a side headlock. And some of the best matches that I've seen this young Ace Hawkins is against the likes of Brandon Espinosa.
Absolutely. Brandon Espinosa and Ace Hawkins have met many, many times in the ring, and they know each other's style so well, and that's what makes those matches so interesting. And last month, of course, here at Broadway, we saw Ace Hawkins and Johnny Courageous for the title, and it went to a double pin draw. You'll notice Jim Harris is not the referee in this match. Perhaps Keith Smith has assigned his son to this match, to get some new blood referee in there as well. And hopefully this match will be decisive. I just want to see at this point in their careers who is the better man.
Oh, well, right now you can see Ace Hawkins is really feeling it as he goes up, comes off, nobody at home. And Johnny Courageous now, side headlock, climbs a corner and comes off of there and ends up with a headlock on the canvas. Woo, action almost too fast to call, Ben.
Oh, you bet yourself, Herb Simmons. Johnny Courageous just pulled Ace Hawkins over. Side headlock takeover on his head. Ace Hawkins, he might be a little woozy there. Johnny Courageous caught in a headlock now. He's going to have to leverage his way out of this, and Ace Hawkins is scissoring on really tight. I haven't seen anybody submit to a scissors in a long time, if ever, but Johnny Courageous is working his way out of it here, the technical master that he is.
Well, and he just spun his way right out of that. Comes up with that arm bar. Fans, don't forget Saturday night, January the 21st, we start a new year off. 2012 wrestling returns here to the historical South Broadway Athletic Club. 1 week before, we'll start the new year off over in East Carondelet, Illinois. Usually we follow the event at South Broadway, but due to some scheduling conflict, we will start the year off first over in East Carondelet, and then back here on January the 21st as you watch Ace Hawkins with a go behind. And now we'll see what the veteran Johnny Courageous can do.
Johnny Courageous with that key lock takeover, very crafty, and you don't see that usually. And now he has that key lock on Ace Hawkins. The key lock is a really tough maneuver to get out of. It puts a lot of pressure on the elbow, and a lot of people don't understand the psychology of this maneuver. But Ace Hawkins, as soon as I speak, he's out of it.
Well, Ben, and I wonder, I remember for several years now, this crowd, the minute Johnny Courageous walked into the auditorium here, they were chanting Johnny, Johnny, Johnny. And now, if you noticed a little while ago, a good percentage of this crowd is chanting Ace, Ace, Ace. That's got to have some effect on Johnny Courageous.
Absolutely, and I put that in the same context as the new breed I was talking about, Gary Jackson and Brandon Espinosa. Brandon Espinosa, he's a jerk to these people, and yet there's just something about him that they can't get enough of. I don't understand, Herb. But with Ace Hawkins, you can understand. Ace Hawkins tackles Courageous to the mat. Courageous will always know and love him, especially for wrestling the Dirt Cheap Chicken years ago. But Ace Hawkins is really coming into his own. Look at the determination on that man's face.
Yeah, he delivered a couple of illegal blows there, and referee Keith Smith Jr. got him off.
55 minutes remaining.
5 minutes gone, and a nice go behind by the champion. Takes him down. Johnny giving him a little old school maneuver there. Comes up with that outstretched arm bar. And Keith Smith Jr. signals over here, no, he don't want to give it up. Ace Hawkins, everything to gain here in this match. Oh, a little blow to the head now, elbow, forearm. But now, and Courageous says, here's one back to you.
I'm a little worried about Ace. He doesn't. Whoa, as soon as I speak, he's over the top. Ace Hawkins, perhaps looking for his springboard. Excuse me. My throat's rather dry. Herb, whoa!
He comes flying off crossbody and lands on, but only a count of one, as Ben Simon will testify to. Their actions moving fast and furious. Big forearm delivered by Ace Hawkins. Now a whip from one corner to the other, and now it's Courageous up, and Hawkins hits him with that forearm and knocks him down onto that floor. And Ben, as we said, there's no mats around this ring.
Oh, no, there's not. That's hardwood floor they're going on. For 100 years, there's been hardwood floor in here. And Johnny Courageous and Ace Hawkins both on the outside taking the count. You'd hate to see it end in a double count out, but Courageous back to his feet. It's not going to happen.
Oh, Courageous, one of them's got to get back in the ring to break this count up. I'm like Ben and Simon. I like to get a decision on this one here. And either Johnny retain that title or the new breed and Ace Hawkins get a win and show the youngsters that it can be done, but only a 2 count. Back and forth, tit for tat. And now Johnny showing a little bit more of that. Oh, look at him trying to bend that arm down, and Hawkins is trying to resist it.
Oh, yeah, he's got a leg, and he's got 2 arms on that. Ace Hawkins using the leverage, but Johnny Courageous powers out. You know, Ace Hawkins, I don't think we mentioned it yet, Herb, is a PWI Rookie of the Year nominee. Huge news for professional wrestling and especially the rookies like Ace.
Oh, yes, and what a blast that would be for the young Ace Hawkins to get that nomination. And now it's Courageous, wary of his shoulders being down, and referee Keith Smith keeps bouncing back and forth, checking with Hawkins to see if he wants to submit. And then when Hawkins is rolling Courageous back, gets a 2 count on the shoulders, but now both men getting to their feet. And you hear this crowd once again.
Ace, Ace, Ace. There they go. There's the Ace Hawkins fan club over there in the corner. But Johnny Courageous, flipping neck breaker, takes Ace Hawkins down.
And this could do it. A count of 1, 2, but no, Hawkins, that bound and determined. He kicks out, and once again, Courageous wraps that arm up. Now, Hawkins trying to hold in there as Courageous working on that left elbow, pulling back on the elbow, creating pressure to that under bicep area. And now Hawkins, a couple of punches to the side to the rib cage, another one. And the crowd, let's go Hawkins. Oh, a big forearm delivered to the champion and slows him down. Both men back and forth. It's been pretty evenly matched up to this point, Ben.
Absolutely. You know, Ace Hawkins might be on the verge of something here. And Johnny Courageous still has a lot to prove. I don't care what people say. Johnny Courageous always has to prove something, especially when he's the champion. And there he grabs the arm lock. We talked about the technical mastery of Johnny Courageous, the difference in styles of these two grapplers. And Ace Hawkins has been in the gym at Broadway. I've seen him working on that ground game. But to get to Courageous's level, it takes so much. Look, there's something he learned right there. He's got the leg.
What a maneuver he just got out of that. And I got to tell you, if this match was to end right now with one of these men getting a deciding fall, neither one of them would have anything to lose or to be ashamed of.
10 minutes have expired. 15 minutes remain.
10 minutes of back and forth action in this 1 hour time limit. And these men have not stopped. They know that gold is on the line. Ace Hawkins, everything to gain, and Johnny Courageous, everything to lose. Oh, back and forth reversals. Oh, now a couple of kicks to the thigh area. Taking that leg out from beneath the champion. And now Courageous down, and he goes right down on the cover. 1, 2, oh, 1. Hawkins trying to get a quick 3 count there. Once again, both men to their feet. And Courageous goes right back to that arm, working on that arm. Pretty smart.
half of this game is grounding Ace Hawkins to the point where he becomes frustrated, and then Ace does something stupid. I don't mean to blast a lot of the junior heavyweights, but we see a lot of these high flyers get frustrated, and you go to the well too many times, and you go flying too many times. People like LaMarcus Clinton, people like Ace Hawkins and Max Archer, but Ace Hawkins, he's coming back right here, and he doesn't look too frustrated, Herb Simmons.
No, I think he's holding his own here, his composure. Oh, a nice reverse kick, comes back off the rope, and a face slobber right down to the canvas, and now Hawkins rolls over 1-2, but no, the champion manages to kick out. Johnny Courageous, you can't count him out, I'm telling you, but now Hawkins trying to go to work on that leg.
Ace trying to turn Johnny Courageous over, and Courageous is fighting his best. He's nowhere near the ropes, so he's going to try to kick him off. Ace holding on for dear life. Slingshot. Whoa, Johnny Courageous in the corner, and Ace Hawkins is going to charge him. Here we go. Oh, he misses.
And there he was, nobody at home, and now Courageous takes him out of the corner, goes right back to work on that arm.
Man, Ace Hawkins, forget about any future springboards with that thing. His arm is going to be shot. Johnny Courageous, back to work. Multiple knee drops, extending the arm, hyperextending it. The elbow does not bend that way, and now he's cranking it the other way, pulling back on that key lock again. There's only so much the human body can take, Herb.
Well, and you hear Courageous telling the referee, Keith Smith Jr., ask him, does he want to submit? But that tells me the determination this young Ace Hawkins has got. He don't want to give. He wants to get out of here with that title.
Absolutely. He came to win. He's been talking about it. He said he's going to fight till the last breath. He's going to give Johnny Courageous all he can to win the Missouri-Illinois Junior Heavyweight title for the first time. And fans, if you want more of this action, check out MMWA-SICW.com as well as SBAC Wild World of Wrestling on Facebook for more of this action and where you can see it live.
And you got Ace Hawkins now with that leg, half crab on him, pulling back. Johnny Courageous has not got the best shaped knees around. He's had some problems with them. And Ace Hawkins is definitely working on it. We could have a submission here.
Ace pulls him back. Ace sits down on it. Ace has Courageous.
I'm going to tell you, if Courageous can't get to that rope or reverse this, and he pulls him out, this place is going to erupt. If he taps out, I can tell you.
Wait. Oh, I thought he was tapping there for a moment. Ace gives up on the hold. He can transition this into an ankle lock if he wants, but he waits too long. He's got the boot of Courageous. Courageous kicks Ace off, and Courageous is back to his feet. Back to square one for Ace Hawkins. Power slam by Johnny Courageous. Good for a 1 and only a 2.
Wow, I sure thought Courageous was going to be tapping out there. Hawkins had that leg lock on him, and but now a big suplex delivered by Johnny Courageous, and he holds on. A second one. Oh, he's going for the trifecta.
Oh, absolutely. Shades of Eddie Guerrero, among others. Swinging neckbreaker fools us both, and Ace is down in a heap. He looks like he's out of this.
He's starting to move around now, but now Johnny Courageous, this could be it. Johnny's saying, this is it. I'm going to take him to school right now. And let's see what the champion's waiting for. You don't want to underestimate young Ace Hawkins, I can tell him. Whoa!
Enziguri to the back, and Ace is down. That's a signature move of Johnny.
This could be it. This should be it. Whoa! How close was that? Oh, my goodness. I would have bet that was over, and where he came up with that, he managed to get that shoulder up Ben Simon.
Johnny can't believe it. Ace Hawkins is showing his experience. He's been wrestling all over the country, and so has Johnny. Johnny's going for the sliced bread number 2. Here it goes. It's over. Ace shoots him off.
Shoots him off, catches him coming out of the corner, takes him down, and now Hawkins on the attack. Both men, I'll tell you what, this is a match. This has got to be one of the tops of the years, Ben.
One of the most anticipated ones as well. Ace Hawkins, whoa, flipping bulldog, the crusher, onto Ace. On to Johnny. That's it.
There you have it. 1, 2, 3. Ace Hawkins has pulled it off and has become the junior heavyweight champion.
Is your winner and new Missouri, Illinois junior heavyweight champion, Ace Hawkins.
Hold on. Ace Hawkins. Ace, the Christmas music is playing, man. I lost my voice calling the damn thing. You finally did it. The Missouri, Illinois junior heavyweight champion. What's your reaction right now? All these people came out for you.
It's unbelievable. I've been wrestling here at MMWA for a little over a year, and I've been chasing this the entire time. Whether it was from SB or Johnny Courageous, I've wanted this, and I got it here in front of the Ace Bookers. I got it here in front of all these St. Louisans here in town. It's unbelievable. It's finally mine.
Well, an early Christmas present for you, Ace Hawkins. You have a good Christmas holiday, and I'm going to try to get my voice back from that match. That was awesome, sir. Let's go back. Tonight's event is brought to you by MissouriWrestlingRevival.com, your stop for all things Midwest Wrestling.
Tony said you guys are going to be meeting with Maureen.
Yes.
How's that going to go, you think?
Real well.
She tell you what channel she wanted? Well, fans, this one here, the tag team titles on the line. The Lumberjacks putting them belts up against the Tony Raze and Jimmy D. And I got to tell you, from the start here, things don't look good between Tony Raze and Jimmy D.
No doubt about it. It's certainly, an odd situation here. Tony Raze, one half of the former Missouri and Illinois tag team champions with the Big Texan, hasn't teamed with Jimmy D to my knowledge, and they're in there against the reigning champions, the brothers, the Lumberjacks. Herb, this is what it's all about, those Missouri and Illinois tag team titles, regardless of all the factors involved. This is the cream of the crop. These guys, what a match.
Well, and I got to tell you, the Lumberjacks, the champions, came out tonight here, and what a round of applause they got as the reigning tag team champions. And it was either they really love the Lumberjacks or they really hate Tony Raze and Jimmy D, I can tell you.
No doubt about it. The Lumberjacks, one of the most popular duos in the history here of the MMWA and the SICW. They've been, 35, 40-time tag team champions. We lost count a long time ago. The point is they've been very, very dominant over the years. But, hey, we can't take anything away from Jimmy D and Tony Raze. Tony Raze, a former co-holder of the tag team titles himself. These guys, credentials galore.
Well, and it's just like you said, another chapter in the book of the MMWA, the SICW, and that's why we are the dominant independent wrestling organizations in the metropolitan area. I mean, without a doubt, when you see the likes of a tag team championship on the line here, we got a major main event coming up here shortly that is next to none. We've already had a TV title match that I thought was next to none. And the junior heavyweight title, a newly crowned young man, Ace Hawkins. Nothing but the big future on the horizon for that young man.
Congratulations to Ace Hawkins. My hat's off to the young man. This guy, he's been working hard since day one. Since we announced the open door policy over a year ago, he took us up on that offer. And look, Herb, it proves dreams do come true. The open door policy, Ace Hawkins, the new Missouri and Illinois junior heavyweight champion.
Well, and Tim Miller, his 2011's coming to an end here. 2011, had a lot of ups and downs for everybody in their normal lives, and no different than it was there in the pro wrestling industry. You know, we've seen a lot going on. We here at the MMWA and the SICW have went through some changes. As you said, the open door policy, we've seen some guys come, we've seen them go, we've seen some retire, we've seen some come back. But I got to tell you, I feel in my own heart that the MMWA and the SICW are just on the verge. We're just not even at the tip of the iceberg yet. I mean, 2012, already plans are being made when we come back here Saturday night, January the 21st. There's no doubt Tony Costa will have a barn burner. The week before, over in East Crown Lead, we've already got shows. Now with the MMWA going over to another television channel, and I know you're going to be bringing everybody up to speed on that over the next week or so, but that's only going to make things get that much better.
Stay tuned. SBAC, Wild World of Wrestling on Facebook. We're going to drop the bomb here probably in the next week or so concerning the new channel, the new time slot. Things are definitely happening. You definitely want to stay tuned. Keep up, keep informed online, and of course they can watch Wrestling Explosion every Sunday on the Illinois side of the river. Herb, why don't you inform the fans about that?
Every Sunday at 12 o'clock, hosted by Larry Matisek, the voice from the past. As Tim Miller said, he's worked with us. He's been here at South Broadway. He's been all over. If you want to listen to Larry, bring that play-by-play to you every Sunday, Wrestling Explosion at 12 o'clock. And then, hopefully, the MMWA on our sister city over here in Missouri will get a great time slot also. Forget about all that other stuff, and you will see the only locally produced wrestling shows right here at the MMWA and the SICW. I told Ben Simon earlier, I've been picking up some of the stuff on YouTube that he's been putting on there. I've been getting good comments on that, and that is just extending our reach out there even further.
No doubt about it. The fans in cyberspace outside of our television markets now getting the opportunity to see our programming for themselves via YouTube and Ben Simon's efforts. Can't say enough about what Ben Simon has brought to the table to us here in 2011. And speaking of Ben Simon, there he goes with another announcement here as you're watching Jimmy D putting the boot right there to Lumberjack Abe, bringing him out of the corner the hard way, Herb. And you know, we were talking about it all episode long. What a ride it's been. Everyone from Black Cat, Johnny Ramirez, Diamond Bill Osborne, the Wave Spies, to the guys you see in the ring today, Tony Raze, Jimmy D, the Lumberjacks. What a ride it's been. You know, it's bittersweet. Not only are we starting a new chapter on a new channel, but we're ending 25 plus years on Double Helix television, Herb.
And nobody can ever say that. Only us. And what a ride it's been. And I think at this time, Tim, it's only fitting that we wish all of our viewers at home who couldn't be down here tonight a happy holiday season as we bring the 2011 show to a close. I know from Tony Costa and his lovely wife Wanda, from my wife Mickey and myself, and I know you and your wife and family and all of the crew that helps you do what you do, we want to wish everybody a happy holiday season.
No doubt about it. Happy holidays, Big George, under the weather this holiday season, but happy holidays to our chief cameraman, Big George Rumples, not here tonight, unfortunately. Happy holidays to Mickey Simmons, Jordan Simmons, Jeremy Simmons. I love your family, Herb. This time of year, a special time of the year. Give thanks back to the fans, to our friends. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to everyone.
Well, and we can't forget our commissioner, Keith Smith, and his family that does an outstanding job. Our referees, Keith does a heck of a job as a commissioner, helping put these shows together and keeping some law and order. From the photographers, I noticed we've had some female photographers in the audience here the last couple of months. I don't know if they're in training or what they're doing, but they've actually added a lot to the show.
Well, no doubt about it. What it is the wrestling press taking notice of what we're doing. You know, Herb, when you're putting on shows like this with the cream of the crop, the top quality in professional wrestling athletes, the journalists, they flock to our shows. A great example, we've got, 4 or 5 photographers at ringside at any given time. That's because everybody wants to know what's going on right here at South Broadway and in East Carondelet.
Well, and we're going to continue that through 2012 as you watch the tag team titles being defended here tonight. It's South Broadway. And you see the Lumberjack. Now a little test of strength with lockdown Tony Raze. And right now the Lumberjack is putting it. I get these guys mixed up. Is that Andy or is that Gabe?
I believe that's Andy. I do believe.
All I know is they're big and they're mean.
You know, all four of these guys, they're big in their own right. There's a lot of beef in that ring. The Lumberjacks making the tag here. What's going to happen? Oh, big right hand to the midsection, the ample midsection of Tony Raze. Now whipping him off the ropes here, Herb. Oh, side slam. Trademark of the Lumberjack, delivered with authority. And oh, here's a pin attempt too. And all Jimmy D breaking it up, Herb.
Well, and you can say what you want to, but this Jimmy D is a rough tough. He's rough as they come and tough as nails, I'll tell you. And now this one's breaking down. Whoa, the Lumberjack's getting a little aggressive there. Tony Raze, a big uppercut. Fans, don't forget Saturday night, January 21st, right back here at South Broadway. And 1 week before, over at East Cronolette, starting off 2012 with the Barn Burner. And I can tell you, Tony Costa, Keith Smith, Tim Miller, myself, Ben Simon, 2012 is going to be bigger and better than you can believe.
No doubt about it. You know, we're working around the clock to bring you fans the biggest and best in professional wrestling action on both sides of the river. When we tell you that the MMWA and the SICW, we're the best at what we're doing, that's no exaggeration. We work nonstop, feverishly to give you guys the best. This tag team title match, Herb, a great example of that. And like you say, 2012, January, shaping up to be a big month to kick off the new year. Keep informed by logging on SBAC Wild World of Wrestling on Facebook.
Well, and we got action on the outside now as Jimmy D gets tossed back into the corner. Referee Jim Harris telling him to let the man know, get back over in the corner. And now, oh, at ringside, who do we have here at ringside? That's the Big Texan at ringside.
The Big Texan at ringside, the former tag team partner of Tony Raze. You know, they were the tag team champions. Wondering what the Masked Man's doing at ringside here, Herb.
I'm not sure, but he hops in, hops out Jimmy D, but the Big Texan, and now Tony Raze outside. What's going on now? Tony Raze telling Jimmy D to get in the ring, and Big Texan at ringside is kind of confusing. I'm not sure what's going on. And now the Lumberjacks in the ring. Referee Jim Harris trying to get some order restored here. Tony Raze and Jimmy D getting into it outside the ring.
A little bit of discontent, some confusion there. You're not going to pick up the tag straps, but look at the Texan tossing Jimmy D into the ring to the waiting Lumberjack. And look at that big, nice suplex delivered with authority.
And there it is, the Lumberjack working on Jimmy D. Hooks the tight. Another snap suplex. And now a reverse chin lock. I'm not quite sure. The Big Texan out here adding a little insult to injury on Jimmy D.
Confusing at best. Jim Harris definitely having his hands full with these four combatants, the Big Texan at ringside, all these photographers. Wow.
I'm telling you, all I'm seeing is flash bulbs going off, I'll tell you. And now the Lumberjack still working on Jimmy D in the corner. Referee Jim Harris telling him to let him out. And now he's wanting to make a tag with lockdown Tony Raze, but he's too far away.
He's a far way away from his partner. Fans, while I have the opportunity, don't forget, hello ladies, Wrestling Returns, South Broadway Athletic Club on Saturday night, January the 21st, 2012, kicking it off in style 1 week before that. In Illinois, East Cronolette Community Center, SICW Wrestling Explosion. You don't want to miss any of it. For all the details, SBAC Wild World of Wrestling on Facebook.
And without a doubt, 2012 is going to be bigger than ever. And now outside, Jimmy D wanted to make a tag, but Tony Raze jumps down off that apron. And now stands, walks right back into the arms of the Lumberjack. Lumberjack with Jimmy D in the corner, using that shoulder into the midsection. Referee Jim Harris once again telling him to let the man out of there, Tim Miller.
let the man out of the corner, do it the clean way. But the Lumberjacks, they don't care. They'll cheat to retain those titles because that's what it's all about. The Missouri and Illinois Tag Team Championships. With that comes the bigger payday, the rock star lifestyle. Everything you come to expect from being a champion, they want to hold on to it. But Jimmy D and Tony Raze, they want championship gold. And Jimmy D working the Lumberjack over in the corner with a big right hand. Shots to the midsection. Now he's going to mount the ropes. What's he going to do here, Herb?
He's going to deliver those big right ham hocks to the head of the Lumberjack. Referee telling him to get down, get him off of there. And he goes over to make the tag. And once again, Tony Raze jumps down off the ring apron. He's not wanting to get in that ring, Tim Miller.
You know, and this is no way to conduct yourself as a cohesive unit. There's definitely discontent in the ranks of Tony Raze and Jimmy D. It appears as if the Texan is urging Tony Raze to leave the man. Jimmy D, this could be it. And it is.
There you have it. The Lumberjacks retain the Tag Team Championships with some distinction between Jimmy D and Tony Raze with the help of the Big Texan.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners and still the tag team champions, Gabe and Gabe, the Lumberjacks.
Tonight's event is brought to you by MissouriWrestlingRevival.com, your stop for all things Midwest Wrestling. And fans, as promised, Santa Claus is here with candy for the kids here at the South Broadway Athletic Club. Let's go up to the ring for our main event.
Well, wrestling fans, this is it for the Gold Missouri-Illinois Heavyweight Championship. The champion, the gorgeous one, the veteran, gorgeous Gary Jackson with the title on the line, going against the very controversial, the Brandon Espinosa here in the main event tonight. This is one fall for the title right here. Gary Jackson saying, come on, crowd, let's get at it. Referee Keith Smith Jr. having the officiating duties here tonight. And what a plug this would be for Brandon Espinosa if he could get a victory here over the champion.
I'll tell you what, Brandon Espinosa has worked pretty darn hard to get this shot at the title from Gary Jackson. And you know what? He's going to continue to work hard, and hopefully he's on the right page tonight and is able to score a pinfall. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, Gary Jackson, a side headlock, I can tell you. I talked to Gary Jackson yesterday, and he told me he was looking forward to the match, and he said, Brandon Espinosa will wrestle my style of match because I'll make him wrestle it.
Oh, yeah, you know, Gary's going to work the kid. You know, he's going to keep him down on the mat. He's going to make him work for everything he's going to get.
And just like that, the Brandon Espinosa takes the powder, goes outside. Fans, we want to remind you also that on Saturday night, January the 14th, January 21st, wrestling returns to South Broadway Athletic Club. And 1 week before, over at East Cronolette, Illinois, but also right here the week before, on January the 14th, that's it, January the 14th, the MMA cage fights return to South Broadway Athletic Club. On the 21st, wrestling returns here, but also on the 14th, wrestling over in East Cronolette, Illinois at the Community Center. Starting off the year 2012, right, big drop kick delivered by Brandon Espinosa, and he moves right in and gets a 2 count. And now the challenger upset with the referee, saying he counted too slow. Right there, Brandon Espinosa wanting to know how you fans at home like what he's doing. If I was him, I wouldn't be counting those chickens too fast because he's in there against one of the toughest in the business. Been in there a long time. Some people say he's missed a step, but I think he's picked a step or two up. Right there, 1, 2, and now he kicks out. And now Gary Jackson on the verge of, and that sleeper. You heard Espinosa tell him somebody's going to sleep. And fans, we want to just give you a little update here. Our good friend Ben Simon has lost his voice. The action has been so fast and furious and excitement here tonight. He has lost his voice, so we have put him on voice rest for this match, so that's why you're not hearing him. He didn't leave. He wouldn't leave in an exciting match like this. It's just that his voice has left him. And, oh, Espinosa, but gets out of the way. And that's the craftiness of the young man, Keith Smith, our commissioner.
Oh, yeah, you know, like you said, you know, you heard people say, and you've heard some of the younger wrestlers say, Gary Jackson's lost a step or two. I don't know about that, but you just seen Espinosa give Gary Jackson a headbutt and not even phase Gary Jackson.
Now watch this. This is what you want to see. This is how you do it. Shades of the freight train. Bobo Brazil and his headbutt, and it's carried on into 2011 by the likes of the gorgeous one, Gary Jackson. And he hooks that leg, and Espinosa kicks out. Gary Jackson now takes him off of the rope. Comes Espinosa, misses with a big swinging clothesline, but crossbody on Jackson. One, and I got to tell you, Espinosa's got the right idea. He's trying to get that quick 3 count.
He's trying to get the quick 3 count, but you see, you know, referee Keith Smith Jr. actually has a nice steady 1001, 1002, 1003 count. You know, he's not gonna play favorites. You know, he's not gonna give you that speedy count. He's gonna do it right by the book. He knows exactly what's at stake, just like his grandfather did years ago.
Well, and that's exactly right. He comes by it honestly. He's not going to, and he's just as tough as your dad was and grandpa was. He's not going to take any stuff from him guys in there.
Oh, no, he's not going to take no stuff. But I'll tell you what, I don't think you have to worry about him laying a hand on him. 6'4", you know, he's a big kid, and he's not, you know, he's not playing around. I've been, you know, I keep him out of the ring as much as I can, but, you know, he still probably knows a lot more than what he shows anybody in the wrestling business.
Well, right now he's showing the gorgeous one, Gary Jackson, telling him to let him out of the ring, bring it out into the middle, but Jackson picks him up with a backbreaker, and that's going to slow the Brandon Espinosa down. The gorgeous one drops the knee to the forehead. The gold on the line, Missouri, Illinois heavyweight title that is worn around the waist of the gorgeous one, Gary Jackson, being defended here tonight at South Broadway Athletic Club. A lot going on in the year 2012 coming your way, starting on January the 14th in East Carondelet, Illinois. Or if you want to come over to the MMA cage fights here at South Broadway. But then the following week here at South Broadway on January the 21st, the MMWA-SICW return here at South Broadway Athletic Club. Starting off 2012, Keith Smith, can you believe 2011 came and went that quickly?
I'll tell you what, 2011, you know, for a lot of you people that watch wrestling at home and can't get enough of their fill of it, you know, don't hesitate. Feel free to join us here at the lovely South Broadway Athletic Club for the start of 2012, which hopefully will end up just as good as it's gonna start. I mean, it's gonna be great. I mean, we're gonna continue doing things. We're gonna change a few things up. You never know what's gonna happen. You know, join the MMWA no matter where they go.
Right here at South Broadway right now. And I gotta tell you, it's been non-stop right here. Gary Jackson trying to battle his way out, elbows to the side of the head. Trying to slow the Brendan Espinosa down, whips him off, and now it's Jackson with a drop kick. Jackson rolls over, covers him by a 2 count.
You know what, Herb Simmons? That's not the sign of an old guy slowing down. I mean, like these young guys think he's lost a step. I don't think so. You're not going to see an old guy like that give a drop kick anywhere else except right here in the MMWA-SICW. Gary Jackson's still on top of his game.
Exactly, and he's showing it right here. And Keith, I got to tell you, Santa Claus is back into the auditorium here tonight. I guess he said all the people in attendance here tonight have been very good young boys and girls, and so he's hanging around to watch the action himself. Old St. Nick in the audience. Whoa. And there you see the challenger delivering those blows to the top of the head. 2 count. And once again, Espinosa wraps up the gorgeous one, Gary Jackson, as old St. Nick watches the action. And look at the old St. Nick. He seems to be interested in this title match.
Hey, Herb, I don't know how much wrestling they got at the South Pole, but, you know, I can see why he's sticking around to see the action.
Well, this is a main event anywhere, any auditorium, I don't care where, whatever town you want to think of. These two guys are on the top of the world right now, and the title is on the line, and Gary Jackson rolls over. This could be a good one. Nope. 2 count, says young Keith Smith Jr. And now Gary says, come on, let me show you what it's about. Now we're going to do a little shucking and jiving. A big right drops him to the canvas. And Jackson is on him like a wet shirt. Oh, up and over, and down comes Espinosa. Once again, I hate to repeat myself, but I don't think this is a man that's missed a step. Picks him up, drops him down. 1, 2, and a 2 count. But Espinosa manages to kick out. Oh, he had that big boot waiting for him. And that found its mark. And now he's got him in a submission here like a... Uh-oh, what's he going to do here? He's applying that pressure. He's taking him, trying to bring him down face first. But Jackson powered up. Jackson holding up, and he just shoves him into the corner. Trips him up, comes out. And now he's going to wrap him up in that sharpshooter, Keith Smith.
Wait a minute. What is this?
Santa Claus. Oh, wait a minute.
Ring the bell. Texan. That's the big Texan.
The big Texan. At least it's got the mask of the big Texan. Holy cow. And now Espinosa delivers it on him. And now the masked man in the Santa Claus suit. The referee's calling for the bell. I think that's the big Texan. It's got a black mask on. And in the ring, here comes the Lumberjacks. The Lumberjacks coming to the aid of Brandon Espinosa here at ringside. Had some help. Gary Jackson retains the title by disqualification as the big Texan, who was dressed up as Santa Claus. And kids know he's not the original Santa Claus. He did a trick here tonight. Hey, coming to the aid of Espinosa.
Mr. Matchmaker, I'm sick and tired of Brandon Espinosa pulling these little tricks out of his hat. Brandon claims he has a contract to take my belt. Each time we square up, Brandon, you go a whole different direction. Stop running from me and come get my belt that you say you want. You got the big Texan, I got the Lumberjacks. January 21st, right here at South Broadway Athletic Club, we will have every wrestler on the outside of the ring. We're going to open up the new year in style with a Lumberjack match.
There you have it, a Lumberjack match right here on January 21st.